Nothing against the people that were respectful and leaving their opposing opinions. That is, you know, respect is just something that I really appreciate, and being kind and like passing it forward is something I really appreciate. This is just because of the people that have used vulgar language towards me, that have called me terrible things, that have attacked my dog, you know, that's what gets to me. So Cinder is currently taking in a little bit of a nap, but I'm getting ready to film this video, so I'm gonna have to wake her up and take her outside and everything before we like film, so she's like in the video. I just don't want to wake her up just yet. In case you guys didn't know, I'm literally Dalmatian trash. I was like this before I got a Dalmatian. I've had an obsession, that's why I got a Dalmatian. But I went to Books A Million today. You guys. How freaking cute are these sets? They're so adorable. I love Paw Patrol. Like, I am a child. Going with Dalmatian trash here. My mom gave me this bag full of Dalmatian stuff, and she bought me a figure too. 3 new Marshalls, pretty much. So cute. All right, let's get rid of this child's play, because I know you guys literally don't give a crap about that. And you want me to address all of your concerns, all of your pet tuber advice. I'm not a pet tuber, I promise. And I just want to address some of your concerns because you guys have been pretty repetitive in the comments. And just to save you the trouble of the typing, I thought I would make this video to answer your questions and concerns, and to make myself feel a little better, because I mean, I knew the pet tubers had it rough, but like, I'm not a pet tuber, so I wasn't ready. But like, you guys are rough, pun intended. All right, let's get into this. You ready to film a video, bebés? You still tired, huh? You still want to take a nap? You could take a nap while we film a video. You're so tired still. Look at you. Oh, she's so tired. Oh, you're so tired, babies. Right. So, I'm sorry for how I look as I'm trying to fit in the frame. I'm sorry in advance for any excess noise that this little one may make in the video that will be picked up. But the point of this video is to talk about some of your concerns that I've been getting on my picking out my Dalmatian puppy video, which for some reason has recently blown up. I would say it's gained a lot of traffic, I guess would be a better word. It's got over 50,000 views, and that happened within like the last 10 days. Prior to that, I think it had maybe 3,000 views. I just want to make this video as like a response. I am doing a Q&A. I asked you guys to go ahead and ask some questions for that. If you want to be a part of the Q&A video, there's still time to do that. Just go ahead and visit my channel and click on the community tab and scroll down to the Q&A little post and make a comment, and I will be answering those questions either by the end of this month, or I might do it in January. I'm not sure, because I don't want to do these 2 videos like back to back, but I wanted to put this one out first since, you know, it's a little more relevant to make this video from all the traffic that the video of me picking her out has gotten. Shortly after that video went up, I actually returned and exchanged a lot of things that were in the video because I found either a better quality one or a cheaper one, or I just didn't like the product in the end after I like thought about it, or I did more research on it, you know. That was just like, we picked out her puppy, and then we went shopping like right afterwards, and I picked out a bunch of stuff. That's what that haul was. So she never actually got the Rawhide. She never got the dentist sticks. Those were both returned, and I was given the money, and it went back towards her anyway, because the Rawhide, my thought process was like, you know, I want something that she can chew on, that can keep her distracted, good for her, like normal, I guess. And I just instantly thought Rawhides because like everybody uses Rawhide, like that's what you think of when you think of something for a dog to chew on. And then I had gotten, I think, 1 or 2 comments, because again, the video didn't have a lot of traffic when it was put out. that people said, you know, Rawhide isn't good for dogs. I then did the research on it and was like, whoa, this is like terrible. There's so much stuff like wrong, like there's chemicals, there's like they can't digest it, you know, the whole spiel. And so I just returned it and I didn't give it to her. She does have an alternate for Rawhide, but this is where things get tricky because it's like I want to share it with you guys and tell you like this is what we give her now because it has all these alternatives to it. But it's like, I don't know if I want to show you guys because no matter what I do with my dog, you guys are going to criticize me and say that it's wrong. Like every single person that owns a dog or a cat or any sort of animal treats it and raises it differently than everybody else. And I think it's wrong to attack someone and say that that's bad or whatever. Like I get it if it generally is bad. Like the Rawhide, I understood that. But it's just, it's so confusing to me because this isn't a pet tube channel and I don't want like so much like traffic and like some of the stuff I've gotten has been so negative and it's just a lot for me to handle, just because it like came out of nowhere, like I wasn't expecting it. Versus like if I make the content that I'm used to making, like with my music and stuff, if I put out my opinion that like I didn't like a song, I'm like putting myself out there and expecting to get like people coming at me and saying, well, your opinion is wrong or you're not a true fan or whatever. But like when it comes to the dog, like I had no idea what was gonna happen. So anyway, she has an alternate for Rawhide that is all natural. She's already lost one puppy tooth that we know of, which is absolutely great, and the other one's growing in perfectly fine, no health issues there. And she's bleeding. Did you lose another tooth, baby? Look at all that blood, baby. Where are you bleeding from? No, let mommy see. Let mommy see, baby. Where are you bleeding from? I'm gonna take this away. 4.5, 5 months now, which I think is like the standard for dogs to start losing their puppy teeth. So, but this one, there's a lot of blood on here. So either she's got a loose tooth or she lost one and swallowed it and her gum is bleeding, but I'm just gonna take this away from her for now and set it over here. No, you don't need it. No, 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 no. Come on. Back in your bed. Back in your bed. Come on. Get in your bed. Here, chew on your sloth. There you go. Chew on your sloth. I know, you're mad at me now. No, baby. I just don't want you to hurt yourself. So here, chew on this. Chew on this. There you go. Chew on this. So she's doing really good on her own. She's just gonna walk around and try to find it now. So, no. We don't get back over there. No. No, you don't need to go back there. But I did read a lot of you guys comment on bully sticks, and we did get her a little miniature pack. I think it came with like 3 of them, and she's eaten 2 of them. Or chewed on 2 of them, destroyed 2 of them, however you want to word it. She has 1 left, but we're gonna wait until after Christmas. It's in her stocking. But they're really small. They're only like, I think 4 or 5 inches. So they're really, really small. So with her size now, they don't really do anything for her. They don't like, I don't know, they don't really do much with her, but we didn't see any health issues, like no diarrhea or anything when she ate the bully sticks, so that was absolutely awesome. But bully sticks are pretty expensive, and I don't know if like giving your dog one all the time is necessarily a good idea, because I view it as like a treat. So we haven't bought in any other ones, but once she gets a little bit bigger and we know how big she's gonna be, we'll determine like what size we think is appropriate for her. The next thing that I wanted to address, which is kind of like touchy, because it's like I support adoption, I support shelters like 100%. As somebody who's grown up always bringing in strays, like when I grew up, we never paid for a dog. That's why in the video of me picking her out, I kept saying like, you know, this is my first time buying a dog. This is my first time paying for a dog. We always rescued strays. If they showed up on our porch, I don't think we've ever like not taken in an animal that showed up on our porch actually. We always took them in. Even if they were an outside only animal, or they were an indoor outdoor, or they were indoor, like we took in strays. That's how I grew up. We just took in strays. This is the first time that I actually bought a dog. I get so many comments that are people saying like adopt, don't shop, or like, you know, breeders or puppy mills, and which I addressed in the video. I haven't personally watched the video, but I'm pretty sure I addressed in the video like that I tried to go to shelters. I had called lots of shelters. Like I had a routine that I went through. Like I went through like a phase, but it was like routine. Every month there'd be like a week where I would just start looking up Dalmatian puppies. I would look at all the animal shelters, I would look at all the rescue organizations, I would look at everything to try and find a Dalmatian. The one time that I did find, there was actually 3 Dalmatians, but I think that they were 11 months old, which is still a puppy. It's just, I had come to find that Dalmatians are such like loyal dogs, and they're like excellent dogs to train and everything. The longer that you wait to get one is also really hard. So that's why I aimed, instead of finding like a purebred Dalmatian, to find like a Dalmatian mix, but it was like dominant enough in its like color and coating that you could tell it was a Dalmatian, is what I wanted. But that just never happened. And the time that we found the ones that were 11 or 10 months old, and it just wasn't the right time for me to get a dog. It just wasn't meant to be at that time. It was going to be a stretch to make it work, and I didn't want to put the dog's health at risk by taking something that I wasn't prepared for at the time, and didn't have the space for at the time. So I just thought it would be safer to say no, even though that was the only time that I was given the opportunity to adopt one. It was like a one-day thing too, so there was like a long like wait line and everything. And all 3 of them found good, loving homes, as the post updated or whatever. Would have loved to have adopted a Dalmatian. As somebody who wanted something so specific, it just was never going to work. It just wasn't meant to be. And in the end, Brandon even said it, he was just like, in the end, a dog is a dog, and no matter like where it comes from, it needs a home. And if you can provide one financially, give it a happy, healthy, long, loving life, that's what matters. It doesn't really matter where it came from. However, cross on that, puppy mills, do not support. There's actually a pet store in Pennsylvania that has Dalmatians, and they've had them for a while. And a few people have sent me pictures of them, and I was like, oh my god, you know, I want to get one so bad. And I called the store, and when they told me that they wanted $1,800 for the dog, was my first red flag. And second of all, when I went back and looked at the pictures and saw like how skinny and how scared and how unhappy the dog was, it made me really, really want to go and rescue it. But 1, my wallet couldn't do that, and 2, I would be supporting for them to go ahead and get another Dalmatian from a puppy mill, and I didn't want to do that to the breed. I didn't want to create that demand. I didn't want to encourage that population of the breed. So I didn't buy that Dalmatian. The breeder that I got her from has been breeding for 5 or 6 years, I believe. People were saying since they had 2 litters so close together, that kind of means that they're a puppy mill. So we did get to see both moms. The one actually interacted with us that you saw, that was not Cinder's mom though. Cinder's mom was the one that was in the run. I worked at a vet office. We have a bunch of runs for when we board dogs. So that's just like a professional thing to have a run. So don't take that as like abuse or anything. And all the puppies were kept, they had a barn, like a pretty big barn. That had stalls in it, and they had like, and so the puppies had like this giant, like big, huge puppy playpen pretty much. With water and everything on hand. Really, really nice, outgoing people. They were not afraid to answer any questions. They were not afraid to hold back on anything. And she is AKC eligible, I guess. I don't know if she's like registered. Her parents are AKC registered. We saw all that, and they gave us the paperwork to register her because she like is on the website. Like they filled her out on the website. I'm not really sure how AKC necessarily works, but the way he explained it was that she's in the system. It's just to activate the registration, we had to pay the fee, and so he gave us all that paperwork, and it showed like all of her information on it, and then what we had to do on the website to activate it and like register her. But since she isn't a show dog, and since she isn't a breeding dog, AKC is kind of useless. I mean, AKC is good to know that the parents have a healthy background and they meet AKC standards, and that she meets AKC standards. But for us personally to own that, it doesn't do anything for us. It's not putting her health at risk by us not getting it either. I mean, she has all of her vaccinations, she's microchipped, she has all these other certifications behind her to ensure that she's legit. So we personally don't have her AKC registered. We can still do that, I think, whenever we have the paperwork to do it if we want to, but we're just chose not to. Okay, so it is literally the next morning and I look atrocious. Maybe if I take my hair out of this scrunchie, I'll look a little bit better. But basically, sorry for the background noise. It's early in the morning, she's up, she's doing her morning routine. I have gotten a few more comments that I wanted to address or add on to this video because I want this to be right and I want this to be the only one that I have to make like this. But I did want to touch on the AKC thing because I got one extremely rude comment, which I deleted, and it was like, your breeder is clearly uneducated, they didn't tell you about this and this, and making all these accusations. Like, just because I didn't film the breeders doesn't mean that they didn't tell me things off camera. They have a religion, I wanted to respect that by not trying to put them on film. And it's just clearly, it's nobody's business. I shouldn't have to explain myself. I don't get why my video suddenly blew up. You know, I'm thankful for it and I love all the positivity that's coming from it, but the negativity is just a bit much. And the only reason why it's affecting me is because I feel like Cinder is my child and I feel like you guys may be coming at me, but I feel like you're coming at her. And as like a mother, that's not okay with me. AKC doesn't mean shit for a breeder. And you guys keep commenting saying that it's not a reputable breeder and that she should be AKC registered. AKC means nothing for a breeder. Breeders can be puppy mills, breeders can be backyard shitters for all I care, and they can have the dog AKC registered, which will fool people because people think it's this big thing. AKC has nothing to do with a breeder's reputation. AKC has nothing to do with the environment or the safety that your dog comes from. AKC is just to prove and verify that it's a pedigree so that the dog can be applicable for, you know, certain shows, certain competitions, certain events, and can be bred and can continue on with the AKC pedigree, bloodline, whatever. That's what the AKC is. So to me, the AKC just certifies that she is a pedigree. She is a purebred. They're just purebred Dalmatians. That's it. Is she going to be bred? No. Clearly, because she's fixed. So I don't really care to continue with the AKC thing. She's on the website, she pops up on the website, but am I gonna pay the fee for it to be like certified? No, because to her, she stops at her because she's not going to carry on and have puppies or anything. So it doesn't do me personally any good. It just doesn't. So for everybody coming at me and saying that, you know, it's not a reputable breeder because she's not AKC registered, one, she technically is. She's on the website, it's just I didn't pay for it to be like official. And two, again, AKC has nothing to do with how the breeder is. She's come from a good breeder. She's come from an amazing breeder. And the breeders reach out to us and ask how she's doing. I've sent the breeders update pictures of her and they are very happy with how she is and how she's doing. All the other puppies have loving, happy homes. They care. And that's something that means a lot more to me than just her alone coming from a good breeder, is a breeder that cares. But I had somebody come at me saying that my breeder wasn't reputable because of the decisions that I was making. No, the dog is mine. In the end, I'm going to make decisions on what I've grown up with, what I have learned is right. I understand that with any surgery that is done, there are health risks. It doesn't matter if it's a spay, it doesn't matter if it's a neuter, it doesn't matter if it's a damn tooth removal. There can be health effects from that operation. That is with anything that a human or a dog or a freaking reptile does. There are risks. And I mentioned this in the video of us, I think it was bringing her home. I talked about my grandpa. My grandpa owned a vet practice. My grandpa has now passed away. The vet practice was passed on in the family, and it is no longer in the family. That's all I can say about it. Yeah, I could well out tell you guys the freaking name. I could have you guys go on Google and find out all the information. Seriously? She always knocks this picture down because she brings her toy in here and she gets too excited and she bumps into it. Are you okay? Did it land on your head? Are you okay? I'll get your bone. She took her bone and she dipped. But I'm not gonna do that. One, because it's gonna tell you guys where I'm from. Two, it's gonna give away my family's information, as in their last name and stuff, and I just can't do it. I'm not here to expose where I live. I'm not here to expose where I'm from. I'm not here to do any of that for my own safety and protection, just as somebody on the internet. No, I'm not famous enough for it to really affect me, but I still just don't really want people to know. I've grown up, you know, with several animals throughout, you know, personally in my household, but, you know, through cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents. Everybody has lots of pets in my family, like lots of pets. And I just do what we've grown up on, what Grandpa taught us and what Grandpa did, because Grandpa was one of the best vets ever, and he was absolutely amazing and everybody loved him. So she was spayed. There's nothing that can be done about it now. She is acting completely healthy. I don't see anything wrong with how she healed. Her growth is absolutely amazing. She's growing at the right rate, and she should be fully grown in 12 to 14 months, which she still has a long way to go. You guys, I might be overlooking that she's 6 months old. She still has 8 months to go. Something that I wanted to mention is that I've watched so many like well-known YouTubers get puppies. Clearly they're from a breeder, they're not being adopted, and I go through their comments, there's like no negativity because they're famous, and it completely boggles my mind how a small channel can get so much negativity and so much. These bigger channels, like maybe the comments are in there, they're just lost because everybody's like pro puppy, pro oh my god, so cute, whatever. It really blows my mind. Like I am completely shocked at what happened. Like I just didn't, I don't know, I just didn't expect it. But again, nothing against the people that were respectful and leaving their opposing opinions. That is, you know, respect is just something that I really appreciate, and being kind and like passing it forward is something I really appreciate. This is just because of the people that have used vulgar language towards me, that have called me terrible things, that have attacked my dog, you know, that's what gets to me. To call me stupid, to call me uneducated, to make false accusations about my breeder, and to make false accusations about my dog is just getting to be a bit much for me. So I know this video going out isn't going to stop that, because people can go ahead, watch that first video, post their opinions, and leave and never watch any other video, which is fine. But I just want to help you guys learn that she is healthy, she's happy, and I love her, and I'm going to give her the best life possible, and I don't know how else to describe that. I just want you guys to be reassured that she's doing good, and you guys are going to see her in a lot of videos, even if it's just like a little cameo. But my channel isn't going to be just about her either. There's going to be a few videos a year that are just about her, but my channel isn't going to become just Cinder. I don't care that she's a Dalmatian, which is like unknown or like unheard of on YouTube. Like not many people have a Dalmatian. But for everybody that is really passionate about Cinder, for everybody that has followed her on Instagram, and for everybody that has left so much positivity and cares so much about her from how little she's been on here, it literally makes my day. It literally warms my heart and makes this all worth it. And I thank you guys for the support. I thank you guys for caring, and I thank you guys for being there. And, you know, you're gonna see more of her. You're definitely gonna see a lot more of her on her Instagram. And yeah, at this point my dog might become more famous than me, but I'm okay with it because she deserves it. She deserves the world, and I just want her to have a good life, and I know that she's gonna get that, and it's amazing that I, you know, in this day and age can share it with you guys. I think that's it for now. If I think of it, it'll be in the pinned comment. Please, 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 for the love of God, read the pinned comment before you comment. In case there's information in there that you may be wanting to comment on, please read the pinned comment. But I think that those are the main concerns. Oh, the retractable leash. Never used it. I don't even know where it's at, actually. She has a braided 6-foot reflective leash. So like when we walk her at night, when the cars drive by, because we live on a corner lot, the leash reflects. So that's absolutely amazing. I'm really happy that I have that for her. And she's a really good dog, you guys. So this is what she does when you leave her loose. She chills in her bed. She chews on her toys. She's a complete cuddle bug. She's so healthy. Completely done with all of her vet trips this year. She won't go back for another year unless, God forbid, an accident or something happens. Hi, babies. Hi, babies. But she's a loving, happy, healthy dog, and I'm so happy that we did get her, and I wouldn't change like her story with us at all. I think that she's an absolutely beautiful and amazing dog, and everybody is so impressed with how she acts because, as I mentioned in my video when we brought her home, when I talked about aggression and breeds and everything, Dalmatians unfortunately have a really bad rep. So it's crazy, like when you take her places and people are like so shocked at how good she is, and then I try to educate them a little bit on the aggression stance, but it gets a little repetitive and I feel like they generally just don't care, so I kind of just let them, you know, praise us and her and give her lovings and be happy with her. So one last thing, I've actually gotten a lot of negative comments because I wouldn't let her have the treats. Some people said that I was being like a bitch, or I was being too mean or too harsh with her or something, and I don't really understand it because in the video I kept apologizing, like I feel really bad that I can't give these to her. The video is literally titled Christmas Haul because those are her Christmas presents. Hey, those aren't yours. Those are her Christmas presents, so she's not going to get them until Christmas. And I kept apologizing to her in the video and saying, like, I feel so bad that you can't have this now, but you'll get it for Christmas. Like, I promise that you're going to get it. So that's why she didn't get anything in the video except for the leash. If you guys want to see the leash, go ahead and check out that video. I show the leash in there. Come here. Come here. Why are you sitting over there? Come here. Come here, baby. Come here, Cinder. Come here. Come here. She's looking at me like she's doing the head tilt thing. Come here, you little stubborn butt. Come here. Come here. Come say goodbye to the camera. Come say goodbye. Come here, good girls. Good girls. You want to say goodbyes? You going to say you going to say goodbyes to the camera? Alright guys, I think that about does it. If you have any questions but you want to leave them in a respectful way, leave them in the comments down below. If you have any questions that aren't something related to this video, again, the Q&A is on my channel in the community tab. Just go to the community tab, click on there to leave a comment, leave your questions, and they will be in a Q&A that will probably come out, I want to say either, it's probably going to be early January for that video. If not, it will be the week before Christmas. Depending on when it is how long you guys can go ahead and leave your questions there. But without further ado, I think that's about it. I love you guys, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Alright, you want to pose for a thumbnail? You want to pose for a thumbnail? Can you sit? Sit. Sit. Oh. Come here. I know you love me. I know you love me. This is probably going to end really, really bad. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. She is so heavy. Oh, I know you're going to give me attitude. Come on, let me pick you up. Oh.